If you want to learn how to do a Barbie ponytail like this, keep watching. You first want to start with freshly shampooed hair, and these are the products that I use to prep my hair. Sequence Professionals has a line dedicated to pressing your hair out safely. I blow dry my hair prior to recording, but it did frizz up a little bit because of the humidity, so I'm just going in with this vented brush and my blow dryer to get my hair a little bit straighter. As a hairstylist, it's important for me to get the hair as straight as possible because this limits the amount of heat you actually apply to the hair when it's time to flat iron it. For my flat irons, I'm using the Babyliss porcelain ceramic flat irons. If you guys would like direct links to those products and tools that I use, I will drop them in the description below. Now I'm going in to part my hair into 4 sections just because it's easier to control that way for me. I always start with the lower back section and clip the rest of the sections out the way. Now I'm going in to press my hair out 1 row at a time. Whenever I press my hair out or my client's hair out, I always use the highest setting on the flat iron. Some people believe that using the highest setting on the flat iron will result in heat damage, but that's simply not true, at least not on its own. It's important to use high quality professional products that will protect your hair from heat damage, and at the same time make sure you're not excessively using heat all the time. So I consider myself a straight natural because I do have healthy curls, but at the same time my hair is heat trained. Once my hair is completely pressed out, this is how it looks. Even in this video you can tell it's not as straight as I would prefer if I was to wear my hair out just like this, but it's straight enough for the ponytail. Now I'm going to pull all my hair up into my designated area where I want my ponytail to rest. I want to have a mid ponytail, so no, it's not sitting at the crown of my head, but maybe just a little bit below that. I also want to point out that I'm using a comb instead of a regular bristle brush just because I believe it pulls all the strands together. You can go in with a bristle brush to smooth it out after you pull it into the ponytail. Next, you're going to take a thick rubber band like so to secure the ponytail in place. I prefer the rubber band over a scrunchie because it's not going to slide and glide out of place, so the ponytail will be very secure. And because of that, you don't have to do the ponytail super tight. If it is too tight, it will indeed cause breakage. Before we go in to mold the ponytail, I'm going to take my pencil flat iron to just smooth out my edges because my last flat iron was a little bit too big and I didn't want to burn myself. You can use a pencil flat iron to do this, or you can use a hot comb, whatever you have access to, but I will also leave this in the description below. After that, you're going to take your edge brush to section off whatever edges or baby hairs you want to leave out for styling the ponytail at the end. Now that that's out the way, I'm going to take my ponytail, wrap it into a bun so that it is out the way when I go to mold my ponytail in place. When it comes to molding my ponytail, I use one product and one product only, and it is the Pump It Up Spray, the Super Hose. I begin by spraying it at the very front of my hairline. After that, I'm going to take the edge brush I was just using to smooth the hair back in place, and once it's smooth to your liking, you're going to hold it very firmly, inching it back little by little as you blow dry it to stay in place. The finer your hair, the easier this will be. The coarser your hair, the more patient you have to be with taking your time. Beeswax nor is edge control needed for this hairstyle no matter what texture your hair is. After the first section you sprayed is dry, you're going to inch back behind the part you just molded, spraying it with more Pump It Up, taking the comb and smoothing the hair into place to blend it together, and then following up with your blow dryer again. And that is the technique that we're going to repeat throughout this entire ponytail. You start with the small section in the front, spray it, blow dry it, and then you inch your way backwards until you get all the way to the ponytail. Again, you want to take your time no matter what though, because you want to make sure it's dry before moving on to another section. Notice how that I'm moving on to the side of my head. I'm spraying a little bit of the section that was not sprayed, a little bit of the section that was sprayed, using the comb, blending it all together, and then molding it in place with the blow dryer. At some points, you may have to reinforce the hair in place with the edge brush or the comb, but that's why I love using the Pump It Up spray. Whenever I use an alternative spray like Got to Be Glue spray, it gets too hard too fast, and then when you try to go over it, it starts to turn white or have white flakes, and Pump It Up just doesn't do that. I'm repeating the same thing that I did with the middle section, so now that that front piece of the side is molded, I'm going to keep spraying back behind that piece until I reach the ponytail part. You can get fancy with your ponytails as long as you catch the technique. So for me, instead of having this section of my head go straight back, I wanted to kind of curve it a little bit. So I'm prepping the hair by playing around with it, but when I get it to how I like, I'm going to spray it with the Pump It Up. So just as I said before, once I spray it and brush it into place, I'm going to hold it down firmly just so that it can keep the shape that I'm going for and blow dry it in place. For this section, I'm not going to do any cuts or edit or speed it up because I want you guys to see in real time how long I'm holding the blow dryer to this section. I want to say it gives about 30 seconds, but again, everybody's hair is different. Everybody has different textures, different density. So as long as you feel some type of wetness, you need to keep the blow dryer there until it's completely dry. So here's a quick comparison of the two sides. One is molded and one is not. Once I reach the back, I just follow the same technique, taking one small section at a time and molding it up. And what I try to do is keep my head as straight as possible, because if you lean your head forward too much and then try to lean it back, you might get that dip in the back of your head. So you did see me lean forward a little bit as I was spraying, but once I get that blow dryer, I try to keep that head straight. Once the entire ponytail is molded and dry, you're going to actually cut that rubber band. We cut it so that we don't disrupt the mold and we don't pull our hair. From there, all the hair that we molded to the ponytail, we're going to take a comb and smooth it out so that the base of the ponytail is smooth and everything comes together. Then we'll go ahead and put a new rubber band on. Once it's on, you're going to give it a subtle tug and you should be able to still move it. It shouldn't be too tight and you shouldn't feel no discomfort when you turn your head to the left, right, or up or down. This is how the mold looks once it's completed. Now we're going to add some extensions for fullness, so I'm going to braid my ponytail because we're going to tuck that away. Because I'll be gluing the extensions onto my ponytail, I'm going to use this Sanex strip to protect my hair from the glue. When I do my Sanex strip, I just wrap it around until my entire hair is covered, and then I secure it with a rubber band in place. This will enforce the wrap so that it doesn't fall, because I've had ponytails fall off my head. I could be walking down the street and my ponytail done left me. So if you don't want that to happen to you, put a rubber band on it, and it also gives it the shape that we need. Once it's on there, I'm going to go in with some glue because this is easier than putting the glue on the track and then trying to wrap it around. When doing my ponytails, I like to start from the bottom and then work my way up to the top. So depending on how long your hair is, you may have to put your hair into a bun, especially if you're going for a short Barbie ponytail like this. But if you're going for a long ponytail, you can leave it down, and however long your hair is, it will probably extend the ponytail even longer depending on how long your extensions are. So once you start wrapping the hair at the base, you're going to continue to go in circular motions until you reach the top. Once you get to a place where you can't wrap the hair anymore, you're going to cut it at the weft. Once you cut it, you're going to apply glue to that weft at the end and then seal it around your ponytail. Once you wrap it, take your blow dryer to blow dry it in place. Now that the ponytail is secured, I'm going to detangle it a bit. From there, I'm going to take a strand from the bottom of the ponytail and use that to cover the weft at my base. You get to decide if you want a skinny wrap or a thick wrap. Once you have your section, you're going to take some Got2b glue spray, or you can use Got2b glue gel, and then work the product through the strand. Then you can begin wrapping it in whatever direction is comfortable for you. It doesn't make a difference. Notice how I began to wrap it. Some of the strands got out of place, but I fixed that with a comb. So as you wrap it, you may have to go in to smooth it until you are finished wrapping it around the base. A hand mirror will be your best friend so you can see what's going on, because I noticed that there was a piece of the wrap sticking out. So I just kind of pushed that in and used the hair to cover it under the base. Once you finish wrapping the base of your ponytail, you're going to take your blow dryer to seal everything in place. You also want to keep this here until it's completely dry, so that way you know it's secure. Now let's jump into my favorite part, which is styling the hair. I'm going for a Barbie ponytail, so all I need is a blunt cut. This is how the ponytail looks before I add the flips. From here, I'm going to add the flips to my ponytail to create that Barbie look. I'm using a curling iron in this video, but this can be done with a flat iron as well. I curled the ponytail one section at a time because I wanted each strand to pass through the tool evenly. Once the flips were complete, I took the Got2b glue spray to hold the curls in place, but I didn't want to spray too much because I didn't want it to be crunchy. Now for the baby hairs, and don't judge me for trimming mine. Whatever hairs you left out, you're going to take that pencil flat iron again and curl them really tight. Curling just helps give them the shape so that when you go to brush them in place, it'll give you that cute swoop that you know the girls love. I prefer soft fluffy edges, so I'm going to spray some Got2b glue spray on my edge brush and then kind of just do C motions for my edges to mold them in place. See how because we curled them, when I go to brush them down, they kind of swoop on their own. If I would have kept them straight, I would have had to apply more effort to get this look. Lastly, to top it off, I'm going in with Mizani's HD Shine to give my hair a polished, sleek look. And now the ponytail is complete. I hope you guys enjoy my Barbie ponytail tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to drop them in the comment section below. And if you aren't already, subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye.